You know what's wrong with the First Amendment? Freedom of speech. People fought and died for this right. We are one of the only countries that we're allowed to say whatever the heck we want and really not get in trouble for it. The problem is that people take it too far and they lie, and there's hardly any repercussions in doing so. There's good faith when somebody speaks, especially when somebody has a big following. And this is another example. We've got a big YouTuber, the Completionist, who is, just like his name is, Gerard completes video games, and he's gotten famous for doing it. He's built a big brand. However, he is accused of swindling money for donations for a dementia foundation, which there's really actually no foundation.
All the money goes to the Open Hand Foundation, an organization that we started in honor of my mom, and all that money goes to dementia research. We don't touch any of it. We just work with the people who do need the money, and we help them do their thing.
That he is giving money to. He'll go on live streams with his Indieland brand and ask for donations, saying that they're doing a good cause. But for the last 10 years, his tax returns say a completely different story. Here is one of them where they received in 2022 $117,000. They have some expenses, which makes sense. And then here is the rest of the money, $106,000, and it just goes into an account. Boom. And Gerard goes on record saying that he didn't know any of this was happening until 2022. But then he still decided to keep promoting this foundation that he created of the Open Hand Foundation that's taking people's hard-earned money.
You weren't notified that the money was sitting there the whole time?
I knew it was sitting there at a certain point, and that's what made me proactively go about it. Like, I was made aware in 2021 when the money hadn't moved yet, and that's what made me go, that's not fucking cool. And that's when I got personally involved to move it. And
did anyone
2021 last year, 2022.
Yeah, did anyone tell you that the money was going somewhere before then? Were you being misled?
No. No one told me anything. I assumed that it was all going to a charity, and I assumed incorrectly.
And just sitting it aside, whether or not he's spending it or what. I mean, this is almost the problem I have with a lot of donations when you go to Walgreens or Walmart or Petco or something. They say, hey, do you want to round up for the foundation? Yeah, we can feel good like our money is going somewhere, but unless I write a check directly to that foundation, I'm not really going to trust a third party. Yeah, you could go a little bit farther and look at their tax returns that go a public record for at least the charitable donations with the foundation, as long as they're a nonprofit. I mean, we can't look at like directly at their tax returns, but the information that is public, it'll show what they kept and what they gave. And you can literally be a nonprofit as long as you're giving something to it. Like, you can take 99% of it, and there's been charitable nonprofits that do just that. And I don't know if this is what he was planning on doing, but I find it hard to believe that he didn't know that the money was just sitting there. It was actually not being donated. So I can imagine that he's in a big pile of doo-doo, and unfortunately, there's lots of fraud of this going on, especially in the finance world where my channel's about, and it's a bummer to see guys that are gamers kind of gaming the system a little bit by swindling people by words, saying, hey, this is what's happening, but it's not actually happening. I want to know what your comments are down below.